fellow movers and shakers, welcome to today's tutorial at the Movement Clinic. My name is Emily, and today's shape is a traditional yoga asana shape called Revolved Half Moon. The reality is it actually looks a whole hell of a lot more like Warrior 3, but with a twist. So let's jump straight to it. Grab a block. I find them really helpful if you don't have one, maybe a stool or a chair to help lift the earth to you. If you don't have any of that, don't worry about it, just do your best. So we start in a high lunge in order to start understanding the dynamics of what are going to happen in the upper part of the body and the strength in the lifted leg, which is going to be the back leg in this high lunge. So start with the block or whatever you have on a higher level. And as we find a twist, typically you'll see that as the right arm goes up, the opposite hip starts to dump down. This is something that we desperately and definitely need to avoid in this. So stability and a level pelvis is key here, as well as a strong back leg. No matter how high or low it is, you want a powerful lift in the back leg and strength. So reach back through the back inner heel, squeeze that kneecap, press the inner thigh up, 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 maybe so much you feel your butt lift. Now, draw the low belly up and in, and especially the low left belly, lifting back, 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 so that as you start to twist, it resists the dumping down. Okay, so that's that back lifted leg that's not lifted yet. That's the abdominals or the low abdominals. Now you can see here my upper back is quite rounded. So I'm going to take my block, walk it forward slightly, and give my upper back room to stretch out without changing anything about my pelvis or my low back. Okay. Now to find a twist here, I'm also going to zip up my low right belly to start to lift that right shoulder up. Again, really resisting the dumping down or movement of the left side of the pelvis at all. I'm also going to press my bottom left shoulder blade forward through the chest to help me twist. This helps to activate the obliques, okay? So pressing left shoulder blade forward as I zip my low right belly back and tuck my left low belly up and in. And this is essentially the upper body and back leg shape or lifted leg shape. The only thing that starts to change really in the shape is maybe we pick up that block in the left hand, walk it forward, and start to practice lifting that back leg just like in Warrior 3. Again, reach back through the inner heel. Squeeze the kneecap, lift the inner thigh, zip up the low belly, stretch heart forward. As I draw my low right belly back, I press my left shoulder blade forward to find a twist, and we're in our revolved half moon, whatever shape it's taking. And then let's release that effort and try it on the other side. It is not simple. There's a lot of resisting, well, of course, gravity, but resisting the body's tendency to try to find the deeper twist and a bigger shape, which really isn't the bigger shape, or not a deeper twist anyway, because that lifted leg's hip is dumping down. That tilt and unlevel pelvis is going to make it so much harder to balance. And then to really create kind of the body awareness to help us in other shapes within modern and traditional yoga asana, and then just movement in general. Okay, so let's try it on the other side one more time. Lots of ways to transition in and out of this. Sometimes teachers will cue it from Warrior 3, from pyramid pose, from Warrior 1, from lunge. I mean, you're gonna find this coming from any number of places. I'm just gonna do it from this high lunge so that, again, we can break down what the body's needing us to do, float that back leg, and see if we can't find the full shape, whatever that is in our body, for today, okay? And then you can just practice at will. You can practice any transitions that you would like. Come into that high lunge. Again, I'm keeping my block on the high level. Somewhere underneath my shoulder, I don't need to have a crazy long lunge here, but reach back through the back inner heel. Inner heel because it helps to keep that outer right hip from popping up, right? And then as we twist, kind of we lose that. It helps us to keep the integrity there. So back through the inner heel, press the inner thigh up, zip up the low belly, mind where the bony hip points are in space. For me, my outer left hip is sort of popping forward and up, so I'm gonna draw it back and down so I can start to feel those bony hip points get level in space. Walk the block or that right hand forward so that you can stretch the upper back out of the low back. Find a bit of a neutral spine there. As I draw my low left belly back, I start to be able to turn my chest and my heart to the left. I press my right shoulder blade forward, forward, forward to really engage those obliques. Low belly is drawing back and in, left arm floats up. And from here, I might start to consider a transition. So reaching and leaning forward, starting to rock and press off of that back foot, strong back leg. As I lift, I walk my block forward enough so it continues to support me. Lift the low belly, reach back through the inner heel. Draw that low left belly back as I press right shoulder blade through the chest and find my revolved half moon. Golly, it is not easy. Come on out, wiggle out the hips, do a little dance. Feel free to practice this over and over as much as you want, or you can go ahead and find the revolved half moon practice if you want to find an entire flow built around creating the body awareness to make this pose a little more accessible. I look forward to seeing you next time. Leave a request in the comments below, or as always, feel free to find me through the website. I'll see you next time, friends.